Alright guys, today is Wednesday, February 15th, 2023, and today was technically the last day I had to get my two-door hardtop 55 Bel Air finish for Starboard's Car Show in Tulsa, which I posted a video yesterday talking about how I didn't make it, not gonna make it. I'm going to the show, but I'm not taking the car, but I will take it next year. I am burnout. I explained it very well in the video. I am burnout on this car. When you're burnout on a project car, it is very hard to find the motivation. I don't care how far you dig to work on something. I have not touched this car today. It's 4:30 p.m. and I have not touched this car all day, not even one part for this car all day. And I got to tell you, all I've done is pace. I've walked out here and paced around, gears turning in my head, trying to figure out what to do. And some of you guys that's been following the channel for a while already know what I'm going to do. So it's time to jump on to another project. When I do that, it's basically a reset button for me. I like having a different project car around because I get tired of working on one and I have another one to work on. I have to work on a car. I can't just take a break and not work on anything because I'm not the guy that goes in there and sits on my butt on the couch and watches TV. That's what I do when I'm sick. So anyway, I have to work on a car. I really need to get that 55 four-door, my wife's car, done quickly because her daily driver, its days are numbered. That car has 170,000 miles on it, and I know it's not going to last much longer, so especially as much as she drives it. So I need to get on that four-door. Now that four-door is not going to be a build like this car. I'm making it a nice car, don't get me wrong. It's going to have a nice paint job on it, nice interior, nice engine compartment and stuff. But I am not doing all the crap I did to this car, like buffing the door jambs and the firewall and the trunk jam and all that crap, and making sure everything fits absolutely perfect. It's, a lot of the parts and pieces I made for this car was all body worked, primed, blocked, and painted. Even the smallest of parts. Not doing that to her car. It's going to be a daily driver, but it will be nice enough for her to put it in a show. I'm just not going through like it would be in an indoor judged car show. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at. So I think it's time to jump on to the four-door project again. And a lot of you guys probably knew that was coming already. But anyway, that'll be a good refresh for me to take a break from this thing and get back on this. It's kind of funny. I've got tons of videos on that four-door on my channel, and there's a lot more videos on that car that have more views than this car for whatever reason. But anyway, this car is in case you're new to the channel and don't have any idea, you've been subscribed and been following the latest videos of this two-door 55. I've got a four-door 55 Chevy car here that's a 210 series that I bought to build for my wife, and I've already done a whole bunch of work for it. My playlist has a lot of videos in here. There's actually two playlists just for this car. There's one, and there's several videos in it, and that's me finding it in the barn and cleaning it all off and getting it out of the barn and bringing it home and stuff, and then getting it running and driving it the way it was with the 6-cylinder that was in it. And then I started a whole new playlist from when I started tearing it apart, getting the engine and trans out of it and all that stuff, because now it's a small block Chevy Turbo 350 setup. But anyway, the chassis is done on it already and painted and everything. New ball joints, disc brakes, everything. It's got a 10 bolt in it, 308 gears. I mean, it's going to be a nice little cruiser for my wife. Not building a race car, I'm building a cruiser. But anyway, I've done all the rust repair on the whole body shell itself. There wasn't really a whole lot of rust in it, but I did have to do some floorboard work on the front and some dog leg work in the back. But anyway, I've got body work done on it in places. There's still places that need more body work, and then there's other places I ain't even sand the body work yet, and it's mostly bare metal. And surprisingly, for it sitting out here for a few months, it's still pretty good, which I know there's going to be oxidation on it. I'll just have to clean it all off. But that'll be the first thing I do before I start sanding body fillers. Go in and cut brush the whole car and then ADDA everything. But anyway, that car is going to be for my wife, and I'm trying to get that turned into her daily driver. That'll be a car that she can drive it anywhere at any time, no matter how far it is. So it'll be a good cheap car that if it breaks, I'll be able to fix it very easily. Wherever it breaks, I can fix it, unless it's catastrophic. So Anyway, that is it. It is going to look like an original showroom fresh 55 210 4-door with colors, hubcaps and everything. It's even going to look like a 265 under the hood, kinda. But anyway, it'll be a 305 HO, factory air cleaner, 4-barrel air cleaner on it, Chevrolet scripted valve covers and stuff. But anyway, just updated a few things on it. But it should cruise down the road really, really well. And the beauty of it, making it look like it's an original car, it'll never go out of style. It won't be dated. So that'll be kind of cool. I've already done some upgrades to the car. I've got lots of stuff here for it. I got tons of new parts for this car. I've even already got the paint for this car. The engine's rebuilt sitting on the stand, other than the cylinder heads. But anyway, it's going to have disc brakes on the front, sway bar on the front, 3-point retractable seat belts, which I've already welded the anchors in the B-pillar. It's going to have heated seats because she loves her heated seats in her newer car. What else did I get for that car? I got a radio for it that is actually Bluetooth and all that fancy stuff, and it has that setup on it where you can tune it into your cell phone so she can drive hands-free and talk on the phone. Also put a billet USB port in the ashtray, so when the ashtray is closed it'll look stock. Then when you open it, there's 2 USB ports in there. So I'm kind of doing just light upgrade stuff to it, and it's just things that she basically uses. But anyway, that car is going to be very simple to build over this car because I'm not doing what I did to this car to that car. So it's just a basic restoration I'm doing. It's a full restoration, but it's going to be basic. But a few custom touches on it, but nothing mega. But anyway, guys, that's what's coming to the channel next. If it wasn't so late in the afternoon, I would go ahead and clean up the garage and put a lot of the stuff in my spare bedroom on the shelving units, get the hood in the spare bedroom, and try to get this car off the ramps, get it wiped, moved over to this side of the garage, get it covered up, and that way I can go ahead and get the cover off of that and start doing body work on it. And then when I'm done doing body work on it outside, I can bring it in here, and it's shielded from the elements outside. I'm going to be doing the body work outside. I don't want body filler dust in here and that smell gets in the house. My wife has asthma and that's not a good time, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'll have to pretty much work on nice days out there, but if it's rainy days, I'll work on the engine or cylinder heads or whatever I need to do in here. So anyway, that's what's coming. I'm going to build start working on the 4-door, I'll say. I need to get my notebook out. I need to get caught up on where I was when I stopped on it, but man, I don't even remember where all I am on this car. I do remember setting the mock-up engine in it. It's got the water pump on it, valve covers on it, intake's not on it. I think I was mocking up the alternator and the AC compressor bracket and all that stuff. But man, them wheels I'd already blasted and painted them and everything. I put new tires on them. They're already dirty as hell. I don't really remember what all I did on this car. Chassis done. Well, I'll figure it out when I get there, I guess. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on the 4-door. Ain't no telling how long I'll work on it. I'll work on it until I get tired of working on it and then jump back on the hardtop, I guess. But I do realize that there's just, like a week or 2 weeks worth of work left on the hardtop, and there's going to be people saying, oh, you should just finish that. When you're burnout, that's the last thing you want to do, I promise you. So, it's 4-door time. Thanks for watching.